guys and girls, and welcome to my first podcast. Yay! uh, as I've seen in the title, I am going to discuss about women and motorsport. And I've sort of wanted to do it because I've heard comments from Sir Sterling Moss talking about women's mental capacity, and he was saying that they wouldn't be able to do it. And I think that's sort of wrong, really. Not very nice comments to make. Uh, but and it's ironic, seeing as his mum was a reasonably decent rally driver. Uh, so I'm slightly confused why he would say something like that. Right, let me read you out some statistics from Formula One so far about women. We've had 5 women in Formula One itself participate in a race. The first woman to compete in Formula One was called Maria Teresa de Filippis in the 1958 Monaco Grand Prix. And the first woman to score a point was Lila Lombardi in the 1975 Spanish Grand Prix. And then the first race with more than women to enter was at the 1976 British Grand Prix. Since then, we've had Susie Wolff being confirmed as the test driver for Williams, and we've had Maria de Villota. I'm sorry, I apologise if I don't pronounce that correctly, who was a test driver for Marussia, but unfortunately she lost her eye in an accident in a test last year at the Duxford Airfield. So that's the main statistics that that I've researched so far about women in Formula One. But I don't want to sound sexist or anything about women, and I'm quite open to the idea of having women in Formula One. But as an observation so far, I don't quite think that women, from all sports, their performances aren't quite the same as men are. If you look at athletics and football mainly, you can sort of see that it's just not the same. Maybe in time it could get there. So at this time, I definitely don't think we'll have a competitive female race within the next 5 years or so. If we look through, currently there isn't a woman in open wheel that stands out that could be decent in the future, other than maybe Alice Powell, but yeah, she's not really done too much exciting, to make herself look like she has a lot of potential. And there has been a few drivers over in America, such as Danica Patrick, but then again, the sports over there isn't quite as it's not as physically demanding and as it is as Formula One is. So, but my theory to women not being in Formula One or motorsports in general as much as there are men is because there isn't as big of a pool to choose from, and therefore my theory is that if you've got a lot of men, there's a bigger chance that you're going to find a guy who has bloomed early and is fast early on than there is for a woman, which sort of denies them the chance to develop. So that's sort of my reasoning why, and it's sort of down to the feeder series really, and I'm not getting the opportunity to sort of go up the field and get faster and learn new things and techniques and so on and so forth. So that's my idea why. I can't think of any other reason why. That obviously there isn't as many women interested, and we ought to really try and push to get women more interested in it, and maybe making Susie Wolff more global will make women more inspired little girls at an early age, and try and market it more, and that's probably the best way to get more women. But as I said, there still isn't a big pool at the moment for teams to choose from of women, and in comparison to its men, so the odds are against finding a woman that's fast at an early age that will be the next Sebastian Vettel or Michael Schumacher. So my solution to this predicament is to split it. Really, have a women's series and a men's series. Uh, I think it'll be then they can have the opportunity. It's not necessarily going to be easy, and it's going to be expensive. So they should really start from go karts and slowly try and make it go up to somewhere like Formula 3. And then maybe in a few more years we can see women having the opportunity to come through, and then from Formula 3 they can have the opportunity to get into GP3 or wherever, and that way it's just easier. And they'll have equal equipment, so to men have in their separate class, and then you can compare lap times, consistency, and their quality times and things like that. And that's what I think is my solution. And it should work after some time if you run it properly, with financially, if you give it time, as I say. That's my idea, really. It's a shame, really, to not see women in the sport. So hopefully we will. But if the stats say in 20 years' time, and we've managed to grow the separate class all the way up to Formula 3, and it's still sort of clear that the women aren't necessarily as physically capable as men are, or as mentally sharp, using statistics and scientific results that suggest that, and then we can at least give them equal opportunity to try and offer Formula 1 to them, and split Formula 1, that they've done in the Premier League for football. You've got your Premier League Women's League, and then you've got your Premier League men's team, and that's what I think they should do at Formula 1 if women statistically are proven not to be as competitive as men, which would be a shame, obviously. We want women in the sports, but it's equal. So that's my idea, and that's my solution. That's all I've sort of wanted to say. It's not very long. I don't really think I've missed anything out important, but that's sort of it, really. So thanks for listening. Please leave some nice comments below, and like, subscribe, and all that. I don't want to sound like I'm begging, but it really helps, and it'll help anyone who's starting up something new, and it's fantastic to have support, and it makes you feel good. Especially, it's really nervous to try and record yourself speaking to a computer screen, and it helps you just to know that you're not speaking to yourself, and that you're speaking to people out there. So if you do that, I would really appreciate that. So thank you very much. Please subscribe, and hope to speak to you again soon.